Welcome to the lesson Finding Square Root Using Long Division. Now we're just going to use one example and we're going to be finding the square root of 289 using our long division method. Here are some steps we are going to use to find our square root. Now, our first step, we're going to make pairs from our digits. So, our digits of 289, we're going to make pairs. So, we use like strokes or dashes over our digits to put them into pairs. So, here we have identified two pairs. Our pair of 89 and our pair of just that one digit of 2. We are going to be dealing with that first digit 2. Now if you realize or look at our sum, there we have no divisor. So our step 2 is where we're going to get our divisor. So we're going to find perfect square equal to or lower than the pair used, which is 2 that we're using. Now let me mention that we have two pairs. So our quotient or answer would be a 2-digit number. So going back to finding our perfect square equal to or lower than our pair of 2. Our square, we looked at 1. 1 squared is equal to 1, and 2 squared is equal to 4. Now we cannot use 2 squared because that is above our number 2, so we have to use our 1 squared, which is going to equal to 1. So our 1 becomes our divisor. Now we are going to multiply 1 by 1, and we're also going to add 1 to our divisor 1. So this is step 3 where we multiply above and we also add below our perfect square of 1. So when we add our 1 to our perfect square, we got the sum 2. And when we multiply above, we should get 1 multiplied by 1. Below our number 2, we should get 1. So now we move on to our fourth step, which is add a box next to the sum. The sum that we got when we add the 1 to that perfect square of 1, and we got 2. And then we're going to add a box over the second pair of digits. So it's box over the pair of digits 89. Now let's move on to step 5, which is subtract the product from the first pair. Now remember, we multiplied 1 by the square 1, square number 1, and we got 1. 1 multiplied by 1 would be 1. So now we're going to subtract that from our 2. So 2 take away 1 will give us 1. Step 6, we bring down our next pair, our first pair, which was 89. So we bring that down, so we now have 189. So we now have to create now a divisor using our sum 2. There's a box behind that 2 to work our new number 189. And remember, our answer, our quotient, would be a 2-digit number. Now our 2 that we got with our 2 when we got when we added 1 and 1, that number is in relation to like place. That's number 2 is in the tens place. So our number that goes in the box would be a number in the ones place, and the same number would go into both boxes. So this would bring us to our step 7, where the same number has to go above and below. So now we have our divisor 27 multiplied by what number? that will bring us to or equal to 189, or bring us as close as possible to 189. So this is where we move on to our next step of our guess and check. And here we have it. Using our guess and check, we have the digit 7, or number 7. So we'll put 20, so we have now 27 multiplied by 7. Those two boxes representing those two boxes that are in our working. So 27 multiplied by 27 will give us 189. So luckily, here we have 189 subtract 189, and we place our 7s in our boxes, and our sum has worked out flush. There's no remainder, and our 7 with our 1 in our quotient. So now we can derive that our answer, our quotient 17, is our answer. So the square root of 289 is equal to 17. To working backwards, 17 squared is equal to, which is 17 times 7, which is going to also give us back our 289. So there you have it, finding square root using the long division method. So our steps again: find square root using long